Good morning and welcome to the Brown Bag Gentleman. Today's double-edged safety razor shave is going to be an all Italian Barber supplier shave. So all products that I've purchased from there. So we're gonna actually even the razor. The razor came from there. I didn't purchase it. My son did. When I did a swap with my son for just the razor head. So the razor head today is their double open comb razor rock Italian Barber's head. So it comes from them. The handle is a Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements handle because it originally held the PAA's version of the double open comb, which was the original, which is really a pretty head as well. But he and I swapped these to try these out. He wasn't having good luck with this, and for he's shaving multiple days of growth. He has a beard. He lets his neck hair and whatever and cheek hair grow a little longer before he shaves it off. So he's having some difficulty with this head. But as a daily driver, works great. So I've had no issues really with it. We're using a Gillette Nacette blade, which I believe I also purchased from Italian Barber, just to try them out. I got them for Christmas, basically trying them out. Hasn't been a favorite blade. I got them because Kevy over in Scotland liked them. That's his favorite blade. And just to show you there are differences in people for what works in their face, Nacette is not the best one for me. So far, really the Astra, tried and true, works great with one or two exceptions. I have a razor that really likes the Treat blade best over the Astra. But most of my other razors that are DEs, really for my face, the Astra is just what works. And they're cheap. They're like $11 per 100 pack. It's a 2-year supply just about. So yeah, I like those. But moving on, other than the razor, the soap of the day is going to be Razor Rock Alchemy. And what's the scent on this one? What does it say? It's nice. My wife likes it. So yeah, so I definitely wear it. Use it here. It's a blend of citrus, mint, and resinous base notes. Whatever that means, resinous base notes. But the mint and the citrus, it just works. Yeah, I like it. It's kind of growing on me too. First I was just here there about it, but my wife liked it, and I said we used it more, and that's kind of growing on me. Have the matching aftershave, but before we get to the aftershave, we're gonna post shave is going to be the Razor Rock Alum Block, which you've seen me use. Excellent. Any kind of imperfections in your face, any kind of acne, blemishes, any kind of cuts, whatever. This just heals you up nice. I mean, I do enjoy, especially in the spring and summer, using a witch hazel, but when my skin is drier in the wintertime, it's a little drier and easier to crack and cut and whatever. This just works. I'm going to tell you, especially if you're younger and you have acne problems, do this to your face. Use an alum block, and it's just, I tell you, it's amazing how well this works. I'm very impressed with that alum block. And it's cheap. This is like $6. I mean, and it's, I'll get as much as I use it, I'll get a year or two out of them, depending on how heavy I use it. But if I used it every day, it'd probably still last a year for $6. I mean, you really can't go wrong. So hold on a minute while I pause to wash my face and lather up, and we'll continue. And we're back again. And one thing I didn't show you today to make the shave still inexpensive. Those products were inexpensive. The aftershave and soap, it's been a couple of years, I don't remember how, but it was the Razor Rock house brand. It's their house brand, so yes, it is less expensive. Using the West Coast shaving brush I got, I don't know, a couple of years ago. It's the black brush, what they call the tuxedo head on it. Well, part I want to show you was this bowl, clear glass bowl. It was at the dollar store in the food storage area. Came with a lid. And I got this, I think it was it Family Dollar? I think I got it at Family Dollar. But it came with a lid on it in the food storage. Of course, don't need a lid. But you'll see, I can whip up a lather in that. It's all sheer smooth, so yeah, it doesn't have the little nooks and crannies like my other shave bowl does. But so I wanted to get this bowl for two reasons. One is to show you, I paid $1 for this. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You know, the dollar store can be your friend. But another reason I got it was, whoops, we already got it. Actually, the pottery bowl I was looking for, I just realized I threw it away already this morning. It had a broken handle for over a year or two probably, but I finally cut my thumb on it. Just got a little minor coat. So that was my signal, yeah, it was probably time to get rid of it. Yeah, let's see, as cheap as I'm trying to be, We'll say frugal. Frugal as I'm trying to be. So let's. Okay, I've already washed my face with soap and rinsed off with good old water. But it's been a minute, so just a little splash of water in the face to help the soap. And let's see, I'll just put my lather. Man, I'll have another video on that. I'm not one of these guys who's real big on getting the ultra 3-inch thick lather and all that. No, and spending 10 minutes talking about it on a lather. I think no. There are guys who do that. Power to them. I want to get the shave done. It's Saturday, so I'm enjoying it a little bit more. I did forget to use my natural hairbrush today. This is a synthetic knot. Saturday, usually I like to go treat myself and just use the full animal hair. For you vegans out there, and that may not be your thing, and synthetics actually are easier, but I'm a meat eater. I'm a hunter. The animal's being used fully. I'm for it. So I got loads of soap here, plenty of soap on my face, nice and moist. And you can tell if there's not enough moisture in the soap that you're using. The various qualities. I've used cheap soap and expensive soap, and this is just more of a middle of the road soap. But especially on the less expensive soaps, I know even on the Cella, I noticed if I'm using the Cella, sometimes timber. Okay. Sometimes you get a little dry, so I just add a few. Just dip your fingers in the water and dip it, let it drip into the bowl, and add a little water that way, like a 1/4 teaspoon at a time, half teaspoon. No more than that, really. Of course, we're glasses shaving today because I have an eye infection here. We're just getting over one. I'm giving my eyes time to heal after the medicine. And this being an open comb from Italian Barber, I can tell you this is a lot like the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements version in that it's not aggressive. Usually an open comb razor is way more aggressive than the non-open comb version of the same razor. This is mild. It makes you brave because it really is mild. See, this version, based on my son's experience, not great with the heavier, longer hair. If you're trying to do a beard off or something with it, probably reach for the Phoenix instead. But as a daily driver, this thing is just it just works. I have no really issues with it. The head angle is small and easy to get underneath there, get under the nose. Pass one is done. And I don't rinse between passes. Some guys do, especially for putting this on film. Sorry, you're gonna have to see my soapy face. Because in real life, you're not gonna rinse between passes. You're not gonna take that time. And again, maybe if it's an indulgence you like to do on a Saturday, on your day off, whatever, great. Oh yeah, plenty of soap. So you don't have to spend a lot of time. Oops, put that back in the bowl. Move that where I can get it. Second pass across the grain. I'm assuming you can hear that too, the nice feedback. Really light, because this is a sensitive area to me, the mustache area. Really light touch. I'm only even using 2 fingers and a thumb. That's plenty. If I grab it full, then I'm going to press down, and that's problems. Light touch. 2 fingers and a thumb. That's all I need. Weight of the razor. Just don't need to press down. You're not using a multi-blade that you grew up using. You're using a classic razor. And the razor will do the work. Oh, right there. There we go. Yep, that's done. And yes, I didn't really get around the Adam's apple on pass 2 coming across, because I don't want to go across it sideways. I just don't want to do that. So the Adam's apple gets passes 1 and 3 is where it really gets attention. Not so much on pass 2. Now as I'm chatting here and taking a couple minutes, it's 10 minutes into this already, I'm starting to feel this get a little dry. If I was doing another pass, I'd add a little moisture, but I can get by without it on this one. I can just feel the difference though. And as you get shaving more and more, you'll notice the nuances a little bit more that way too. Okay, one with the blade, rinse it off. Pass 3 against the grain. And this has no issues. I'm using the Nasset blade. I'm trying to use them up in like all my razors to just see how it's different. So far, it's just been eh. Yeah, I mean, I can tell on the third pass, after I'm done with the third pass, like I just finished there, the Astro will be closer. For me. But for someone else, it might be too aggressive. Or not aggressive enough. That's why there are tons of blades out there. I found the Astro just works for me. I found that out early on. When I got my first razor, I also bought a multi-pack of blades to try all the different blades in my little Edwin Jagger that I got. And I settled on the Astro from that. Yeah, a little, just not, the blade's just not doing quite as good as I'd hoped around the Adam's apple there. It takes a little more work. Not a lot more, but it does. Does that mean I'm going to throw them away? No. I have really thick hair right on the corner of the mouth. Really thick whiskers. See, super light touch. I'm going over this and say there's enough residual slickness that it's working. But like any more now, it's like, yeah, throw a little more soap on. Some guys do it as a pickup pass. If you see Polish Films, he's out of England. I'm not sure where in England, but he's in England somewhere. And he does pickup time, baby. And he does, he does usually around his neck area too, but I'm done. I don't want to spend all day with it. All right, pause while I wash off. Okay, equipment's washed off, put away. Now it's time to rinse the face. Sorry, the water's running, you do that. I'm running pure cold water in my washcloth. It's March, early March, so water's still nice and cold here in the south. Oh yeah, nice cold water on the face. This is an important step of your shave. As washing your face first is important, this part is important too. Rinse with cold water. Straight out of the tap to the splash of the face, whatever you want. I got glasses on, don't want to do that. There. Just helping to close the pores, wipe off the excess residue of the soap. Now, my face is moist, but it's not wet. I need it wet, so cold water again. There we go, that's all it takes. Alum block. If you're going to ask me which is important to get first, alum block or witch hazel, I'll tell you alum block all day long. You can use this year round. Just great for your skin, especially younger guys, any kind of skin problems. I tend to nick myself here every now and again. It's just a spot for me on this side because I'm left-handed. I'm going across the face, and it's just a spot I get myself. So here and here are my sensitive areas that are just easy for me to cut. There. That's plenty of white down with the alum block. Does not have to be washed off at all. I'm just going to throw it in the cabinet. I do not put back in camera. Here we go. I do not put the lid back on it. I basically wipe it off on my washcloth here out of camera range, and then throw it back in the cabinet. I found that when I put the cap on it, when it was still wet, it would tend to it would just dissolve a little bit more, and it would just wear a little faster. So I store cap off. Okay, the aftershave matching. Why do I shake it? You ask any of the old time shavers, because some of the aftershaves you purchased did not, especially the witch hazel based ones, did not mix well. If they didn't have any chemicals in it to make it all blend in well, the more natural ones, then yeah, you had to shake it first. I mean, you just had to. So I rotate through mine. So they've been sitting there for a month or so since I used it last, maybe, or at least a couple weeks. I pretty much rotate my soaps daily, just because I like to. Except in the summer, I do have a soap that I don't necessarily. This might like my daily driver soap. It just works well. It's a big old hunkin' 8-ounce tub. It's gonna last forever. In fact, let me show you that. Hold on one sec. I'll show it to you. Where is it? Didn't see it. It must be in another container somewhere, so I'll have to show that another time. But just a classic shave. Feels good. Liking that. Hope you have a good day. Go with God.